Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And while a lot of other companies are pursuing the plier wrench in this form, there has been kind of what I think is a sleeper out there, and that's this Lennox pliers wrench. This is the LXHT90540. It's they call it a pliers wrench, same as the Knipex, but it's taken things a little bit in different directions, such as the way the handles work, the size of the opening mechanism, the thickness, the jaw length, the jaw profile, and it has the ability to quick adjust or quick close. Now this sells for about 43 bucks on Amazon. I looked it up. This one's been around a while. In fact, this guy here is probably, I don't know, at least 5-6 years old. I think these have been around for almost a decade, maybe longer. But what we have is a different tool. Now it does have a lot of similarities to the Knipex plier wrench. In fact, it weighs about the same as this 250. The 250 is just a hair lighter. But in order to get that jaw spread pushing 3 inches, you've got to go up to the Knipex pliers wrench 400. And this thing, not only is it 3 times heavier, it's 3 times more expensive. Or less, depends on the where you get it. But there are some substantial differences when you're using it. Obviously, longer beaks can both increase your reach, but decrease your clearance. When I was doing a dishwasher video, it looked like it would be great for things, but you know, you really, like if this was up against a wall, which it was, the ability to grab it way at the tip means that you've got a huge angle and a huge lever arm here. So it can be a lot more difficult. So obviously, you know, that's where your little tiny ones still have plenty of use. On the big side, well, this has got a lot more jaw purchase. And if you look, the Knipex has shorter jaws. So you can generate a huge amount of leverage with that. Not as much here, but that's probably not where it's good. It's good with large plastic fittings or low torque fittings like maybe drain basket seating nuts. Anything where you just need a big reach, maybe a lightweight tool, something that you can quickly grab larger fasteners and, you know, make adjustments. And it does have that exact same, you know, kind of plier wrench ratcheting that we know and love. And the quick adjust means that when you are trying to line it up, you can just slide that up and grab it. It has much shorter handles and no pinch guards, so you could get, you know, a little bit of an owie there. Not quite an ouchie of the week, but definitely something that would remind you what you're doing. Now, we are often looking for wide jaw, low torque tools. I've got a handful of different ones here. This actually serves a great need. If you look at the profile, a little bit different. They are smooth all the way, but here's another difference. The push button uses, if you look right here, the way this thing works, these stair steps here, I have found them not quite as solid. In fact, sometimes it doesn't stay in that smallest one. Whoops. And that smallest one can be a little, it's very easy to just touch that and have it slide. Down here, it feels a lot more sturdy, but I think it's probably wearing up here. In fact, you can kind of see that. So I'm not sure if the metal's quite as hard as the Knipex. The handles, when you're about in the middle area, that's where it feels the best. The extremes, you start to, you know, make these offset. But this, where it's near its smallest, it really isn't quite as comfortable. But if you think about it, Knipex actually makes theirs symmetrical in their smallest, which I think is a great way to do it because just the way it fits in your hand, even if it's at its largest. But here's another difference. You see this penny? If I put this right up here at the end, this is kind of how I figured out that how weak that front end first latch is. I can drop that in and squeeze. Okay, what did I do? Well, yeah, it did deform it. There's plenty of strength here. It didn't pop loose. Some people have said that there's too much play. It actually is in line with about all these others. especially out at the end. People were complaining. I might be quality control, but check this out. I drop that in the Knipex here, go up to the front end, one-handed crunch. I could do that all day long. This is so much more powerful. I do two hands, look at that. Powerful a tool than this Lennox. But again, that's not what this thing's for. I'm out here quite a bit further, so I've got probably half the strength, the lever arm, and then there's a bit of play you can see there. Definitely strong enough to deform it, but it's definitely not this plier wrench. These things are just incredible. I mean, look at that. I can just smash that flat. Pretty soon I won't have these testing devices anymore. I guess they've been discontinued by the manufacturer. But anyway, these sell for about 43 bucks. Lennox does make a Cobra version, Cobra-like plier, as you would expect, but that one is very much Cobra-like, whereas this is truly more of a unique take on the plier wrench. So I would put this in the supplement the plier wrench category. No, not even close to replacing it. And it can do things, if I've got to carry this thing around or try to get this underneath a bathroom sink or something, good luck with that. But something like this, to me, is handier than maybe a basin wrench even. But it, again, when you get out that far, there's a bit of a swing. So I don't know. If you've got these, let me know what you think of them. Overall, again, as a supplement, I think they're well worth it. I think carrying it around, maybe with a smaller pair, not a little bigger than this. I'll have a video on my latest plier wrench actually soon. But I think that's a solid tool if you can find one. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.